I wanted to throw out a possible trade target for the Washington Commanders. His name is Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey and the Dolphins have mutually agreed to explore trade options, according to NFL Network's Ian Rappaport and Tom Pelissero. He's 30, but he has earned a 70-plus coverage grade in 7 of his 9 NFL seasons. He's racked up 25 interceptions, 79 pass breakups on 755 career targets. Pro Football Focus put out their top 5 most likely targets for Jalen Ramsey, and they start off with the Washington Commanders. They say the Commanders are a trendy pick whenever a big-name player becomes available via trade, and with good reason. When you have a quarterback on a rookie deal who's already proven he can play, it's time to be aggressive.
Can we trade Lattimore for him?
I would guess.
Well, can you imagine? Give up more draft capital.
Can you imagine if you had Jalen Ramsey and Lattimore on the corners?
Well,
but here's my question:
having Lattimore is like having Mike Marr.
Now Greer, I think he's slightly better than that. But Greer, the GM of the Dolphins, says he didn't ask for a trade, and he didn't ask for more money. So if he's one of the best corners in the league, why do they want to trade him?
I don't know. The rebuild because they get assets.
Unless he's just lying and he has asked for a trade.
There's probably more to the story. I mean, Ramsey, by the way, if you want to chime in, 800-636-1067, he's very effective in zone coverage, earning a 76.4 grade in those situations.
So he's a zone
but he has
corner.
a 70.
Josh Norman.
But he has a 70 in man coverage, and PFF believes he would make sense schematically.
Right.
On what the Commanders do.
How can we do it? We can't just sign every freaking free agent.
True.
I mean,
true.
What are we doing here? Or trade for
and
every
that'll
guy?
be a lot of dough tied up in your 2 starting corners.
Yeah,
like, how much are you going to pay Ramsey and Lattimore? Like, that's a lot of money.
Well, Ramsey's got a huge deal.
He signed a $75 million deal last year.
Yeah, and then you get your wish cakes. You can move Mike Sandstrill to the slot corner.
I do like that.
I agree. I don't think it makes sense. Certainly financially.
I think it would just be a luxury.
And what do the Dolphins want? Of course they want draft picks.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? You give up your second rounder for Jalen Ramsey?
No.
When you already have...
Might give up our first rounder, though.
You give up your first rounder?
Think about it.
No, you can't give up your first
starting
round
corner
pick
for the next 4 or 5 years.
I
don't know about that.
I can't bank on Jalen Ramsey playing for 4 years.
He's 30. He's 30. I don't know if you want him for 4 or 5 years.
Corners can play a long
There's
time.
no way that Adam Peters is partying with his first round pick for Jalen Ramsey.
He's not doing that.
We put this up as our Junkies poll of the day, brought to you by Surfside Iced Tea and Vodka and Surfside Lemonade and Vodka, the perfect addition to any gathering. Each can only 100 calories, 0 carbonation. That means easy sipping. You can find Surfside at your local bars and in convenient variety 8-packs at your local liquor stores. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly. You can vote at Junks Radio on Twitter. I saw the early voting is a no, but that would be a formidable secondary. And maybe you're playing it out that, all right, Ramsey would be here for the length of his contract. I mean, he's still playing. He's still playing as well as he has. Okay. He hasn't slipped. His play hasn't slipped.
Corners
and then maybe you just realize you got one more. Maybe you just suck it up for one more year, Lattimore, EB.
Well, honestly, what I would love to do is ship back, give him Lattimore, give him some garbage.
I think Lattimore is going to have a much better year.
Well, they're banking on it.
Well, Ramsey's only guaranteed $21 million. He already made $4 million because he got a roster bonus at the start of March. Well, the start of the league year. He gets $21 million guaranteed this year, but I think that's all he's due. So
they take a $21.
You pay him $21 million
1 year gamble on him. And
I don't know.
I guess you could do it,
but you have to give up something.
You got to give up something. Yeah,
right.
4th round pick at most.
Yeah, I don't think anybody will give a first or second round.
They don't currently have a 3rd round pick.
Yeah,
4th round pick.
I don't think he would get
4th rounder.
From the Dolphins, I laugh at that.
And a future 5th rounder. That is my offer. And if they get a better offer, so be it. Not offering a 2nd rounder for Jalen Ramsey.
I don't think they're going to do it, but he's just
a great player, Cakes.
He was once a great player. I put him as a very good player.
Eric,
and I'm not parting with more
Sports Center broke down his numbers this morning, and I wish I could have remembered them.
Yeah.
But they said, all right, so he definitely picks off a lot of passes. All right.
So he only has a couple a year.
But he's good. He's good at that. But in terms of giving up touchdowns and giving up first down catches and he gives up a lot, but he also, maybe that's because he plays a lot of zone, but he does give up some numbers. I think Cakes is probably right. He was probably a lot better 3 or 4 years ago when he was with the Rams.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
They're not going to trade.
I just don't see how they can keep doing this. You can't just keep acquiring big name people.
Yeah.
Like, at some point you do have to kind of live up to your philosophy.
I mean, I guess they technically can as long as they're paying Jayden Daniels relative peanuts at this point.
I see him on Pro Football Focus's grades, Jason, ranked 10th in the league on grades. Cooper DeJean was the highest graded corner.
Mm-hmm.
Pat Surtain, second highest. Then it was Garrett Williams, Trent McDuffie, Derek Stingley Jr. But Jalen Ramsey in the top 10.
Well, that's fine. I'm just saying the SportsCenter broke it down and they said he's good at defending certain passes or certain plays, but he also gives up a lot.
You know what else he did this year, apparently?
What?
He led all cornerbacks with 12 quarterback pressures. So they had him going after the quarterback.
We could always use help there.
And definitely going to need some help there.
I think I heard this morning as I was driving, I was listening to Kimes Pod. I think we were 24th, 25th in the league in interceptions. So clearly we need to produce the ball more. And I think he would help you.
You've seen a lot of mocks with the Commanders taking a corner at either their first or second round pick, too. So it's definitely a need.
Yeah.
It's a need for the defense.
I think when you look at the needs, we're all going to start with the edge rusher, right? Yeah. They need somebody to rush the passer. But I think secondary.
No, it's right there. It's neck and neck.
It's right there for number 2.
I think it's right there, neck and neck. I think it's gotten to the point.
I mean, they brought in guys, but I don't think there are great expectations for the guys.
You mean like Jonathan Jones and those guys? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think they're trying to solidify it. They're trying to get better. They get maybe marginally better defensively. I think offensively, they definitely got better, bringing in Tunsil and Debo, like sort of on paper. They say what you want about their weapons. They scored freaking 30 points a game. And they just got better. Defensively is where you look at it and you go, that's where we need more improvement. But I'm still intrigued by Trey Hendrickson. But Eric, I can't even see
those interceptions are pretty big numbers for a corner. 4, 4, 3. Now last year maybe not, but 4, 4, and 3. Those are pretty. I mean, usually the safeties will get all the picks, but those are pretty good numbers for a corner for picks.
Listen, Jonathan Jones had 0. That's who's slated to start right now.
I think he's pretty good. I would.
I agree. He's good.
And by the way,
know how they could keep giving up capital.
Jonathan Jones, who's slated to start his corner, they brought him in via free agency. He's 31. He's older than Jalen Ramsey. Look, it would be a huge swing. If you want to chime in, 800-636-1067. I would also be worried. He appears to be one of these mercurial guys because he's already been on 3 teams.
But you know what? He's unlike Lattimore. He's available. He plays. Like you look at his game log.
He played all 17 last year.
Yeah, I mean he pretty much plays every year. You look at him. There might have been 1 or 2 where he's had some injuries, but for the most part, he plays. He's out there. He's available. Highly ranked. I would be intrigued. I just don't know how you can keep just getting all these sort of like luxury items and having to give up draft capital.
Peters does like big moves. He likes big splashy moves. We've seen that already.
Right.
I mean, multiple times.
And they're definitely in win now mode. Like it went from 0 to 60 overnight.
Correct.
Rehauling the roster to getting your quarterback of your dreams, and now you're in it.
This ain't Ron Rivera. This isn't Ron stepping to the podium and saying, well, how can we get all this done in 1 year? We need 4 or 5 years to get this thing done. Those days are so in the rearview mirror.
Yeah, but Peters, I mean, he's building. He wants to build.
He wants to build, but he also likes big splashy
He probably
moves.
feels like they're a lot closer than he thought they would be.
Right.
But he's building. I don't think he's just gonna sell all his assets for 1 year for next year just because they went to the NFC Championship.
I don't think so either, but he likes some flashy. He likes the big flashy move. And he made
that last year with Lattimore.
And he pulled off the deal with Debo.
And then with Debo, yeah. So
and Tunsil. I mean, he's got a few of those on his resume already.
But he doesn't have a ton of draft capital.
The argument is that he liked the free agent class better than the draft class.
Right.
Yeah. Didn't the Rams do this for years, where the Rams never had a first-round pick? Yeah, they were always selling off.
The Rams, they did the Michael Jordan. F them picks, is what they said.
And it worked out for them. They won a Super Bowl.
Right.
They're good again. They had basically one down year.
Mm-hmm. I guess the strategy can work.
Especially during this window of the rookie contract. Because in a couple of years, Jade's going to be making 80.
Oh, he's going to get paid.
70 or 80.
Per.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I know. They're talking about him getting like a $400 million deal. Something crazy like that.
So kind of the model that the Rams had was, all right, we're going to go ahead and go kind of all in. And then they just did a reset where they just drafted a bunch of young guys. So in a couple of years, like if you do this where Peters is making these trades for Debo Samuel, for Tunsil, and giving up picks, and let's say you added Jalen Ramsey to the mix and you gave up even more picks, well, you got your window here for a couple of years, and then it's going to be just stock up with every draft pick.
Who covers better than Jalen Ramsey, and it's not even close, is Jayden's mom. Because there was a picture of Jayden at Ayuk's wedding over the weekend, and he's grooving on the dance floor. Mm-hmm. And of course, his mom
is right there,
2 feet away from him on the dance floor. Like, he can't shake her.
Yeah.
Like,
listen, I'm sure
everywhere.
He's got a very close relationship with her, obviously.
Of course.
That's butt annoying.
I mean, she's got sticky coverage on Jayden. Yeah, I mean, she is.
It's a little.
The only thing I would say, and I generally, the only thing I would say is that we've been to weddings where our entire families go to weddings, and then the dance floor is small, and she's young.
It's not an isolated incident.
Yeah.
It's,
I know
we have a track record here. We got a woman who's kind of made it known that like other women is like her number one thing that she's trying to keep away from Jayden. So.
You think she's hidden like a nanny cam in his bedroom, like stuffed in like a stuffed animal?
I don't know.
Instead of an eye, it's a camera.
It's a weird thing. Thank God he appears to be pretty darn grounded. I mean, what a great kid. So I mean, she's doing something right. She's doing something right.
Definitely.
But it's definitely it's a non-traditional sort of route. Like at some point, you do have to let your child.
I mean. How's he ever going to hit the skins? How's Jayden going to hit the skins with his mom around all the time?
There's a 1% chance he's still breastfeeding.
That's but funny.
Well, so Vinny texted me that maybe he's dating his mom. Like,
hey, it's Vinny and Joe.
Weird.
Why is Jayden so close to his mom? Is he dating her? Are they going on dates together?
But
that's a bizarre take.
You have to give her credit. She's raised a tremendous kid.
Absolutely.
But it is weird. And at some point, I mean, you want him to blossom and grow up and be a productive member of society on his own.
Yeah. Isn't it called Oedipus complex or something like that? When the child is like in love with their mommy.
I think you're correct. I'd have to double check that because I haven't read up on Oedipus lately.
If I had to guess, the mommy's more.
I know
in love
I know
with him.
that. Yeah.
So figure out whatever that is. But again, she's raised a great, what appears to be an unbelievable kid.
It's a Freudian theory that a boy becomes unconsciously sexually attached to his mother and hostile towards his father, who he viewed as a rival.
For the mother.
Correct.
Right. No, I don't think that's going on.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I know my Greek mythology.
You do know you would score well on Jeopardy, no doubt.
Coming up next, we'll talk to the Caps head coach Spencer Carberry here on the Junkies.